Whitebert? Here. Woodward?
Here.
Mr. Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Next up is the invocation, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Tonight's invocation will be led by the Honorable William Miller. And so I'll ask Commissioner Miller to come to the podium.
All right, good evening. And what is this on? All right, just make sure. Good evening. What a blessing it is for me to give the invocation during Welcoming Week. I've been a commissioner for a few years now, and one thing that I've learned is that we are all keys on a keychain. All the keys are different, but we're not brought here to unlock the same lock or the same door. We're brought here with separate purposes, and we are all connected in those purposes. Together, we all serve a purpose for the residents and the county. It is written, do not oppress the widow or the fatherless, the foreigner or the poor. Do not plot evil against each other. Zechariah 7:10. Now I ask you to bow your heads. Dear Lord, I come to you as a sinner. I ask you to let us see people through your eyes. Lord, let us meet them where they are at. For we not know the struggles or the torments that they face. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner Miller, for that invocation. Next up is approval of the minutes from our August 17th meeting. They're moved by Commissioner Long, seconded by Commissioner Smith-Charles. Any discussion on the minutes? See none. All in favor of approving the minutes as presented, say aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. Let the record reflect it was passed unanimously? Yes. Okay. I thought I heard something else. Next up is approval of the agenda. The agenda is presented. There was an item that was requested to be moved from the consent agenda to the regular agenda that was flagged, and so that will be 13B on the regular agenda, which is customary at request of commissioners. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as presented? Moved by Commissioner Hoffman, seconded by Commissioner Lubes. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Let the record reflect that the agenda for tonight's meeting is approved unanimously. Next up, we've got a few presentations and proclamations. And first, I'm going to call on Commissioner Angela Powell and bring up the office of State Representative Brenda Carter. Yes. Come on. And you can introduce.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I am Oakland County Commissioner Angela Powell, and I govern the great city of Pontiac and Bloomfield Township. And I will allow you to introduce yourselves, and then I'll read my proclamation.
Thank you, Commissioner. My name is Jonathan Wertheimer, and I'm the Policy Director and Chief of Staff for State Representative Brenda Carter, who serves for the 53rd House District, which is the entire city of Pontiac, Southern Waterford, and a precinct in Auburn Hills.
And I'm Damiana Jaitai, and I also work for Representative Brenda Carter, and I am her Director of Constituent Services and her scheduler.
Thank you all for joining me. We have an exciting individual from our city of Pontiac to honor tonight, and he goes by the name of Mr. Terry Hodges. And I'm excited to tell you all about Mr. Hodges' story. As my colleagues know, y'all know I always try to bring us interesting people to honor, and I'm excited about this one. So, on behalf of the Oakland County Board of Commissioners, we have a proclamation here honoring Terry Hodges. Whereas we are inspired by Oakland County natives like comedian Terry Hodges, who brings joy and laughter to those at home, around the country, and across the world. And whereas Mr. Hodges kicked off his comedy career while attending Dillard University in New Orleans. He first performed stand-up during Star Searches competitions to find the funniest person in New Orleans, making it to the final round and coming in second place to Ellen DeGeneres. Following this success, comedian Dick Gregory and the president of Dillard University both encouraged Mr. Hodges to pursue comedy full-time. And whereas Mr. Hodges has toured nationally and internationally for more than 30 years, he has hosted numerous comedy specials and toured with stars such as, let me clear my voice so y'all can hear this, as Patti LaBelle, Anita Baker, Boyz II Men, the OJs, The Whispers, Keith Sweat, Luther Vandross, and many more. He has toured nationally with Chris Tucker and appeared on Russell Simmons' Def Comedy Jam, BET's Comic View, and Uptown Comedy Club. He also appeared in Malcolm X's and Comedy Underground, and he was writer for the 36th NAACP Image Awards in 2005 and BET Awards in 2013, and Chris Tucker's Netflix stand-up special. And whereas in addition to an illustrious career that has brought enjoyment to millions, Mr. Hodges has left his mark on the history of comedy, and he has paved the way for Black comedians. Thank you. His vision allowed for the first comedy segment during Showtime at the Apollo, and he was the first comedic host of the program. In addition, Mr. Hodges co-developed the first Black comedy night on the East Coast in New York and New Jersey. This show went on to inspire the Def Comedy Jam. And whereas born at St. Joseph Hospital in Pontiac, Michigan, okay? Right here in our city, and you doing all this great work. Mr. Hodges has traveled the world and is currently based out of Texas, yet still calls Pontiac home, thank you. After coming up through the Pontiac School District, he completed his primary education at Purdue Academy. Since leaving the area, he has aimed to raise the profile of local entertainers and help coordinate the appearance of 5 Pontiac performers on Showtime at the Apollo. And whereas, with gratitude and pride, we join with Mr. Hodges' family, thank you all for coming, friends, and community to congratulate him on all of his accomplishments to date. We are happy that he continues to show pride in his county roots and that he keeps those back at home in his hearts and on his mind. Now, therefore, David T. Woodward, Chair of the Oakland County Board of Commissioners, and myself, Commissioner Angela Powell, and the entire Oakland County Board of Commissioners do hereby proclaim special commendation to Terry Hodges. We wish you the best in your future endeavors. I'll turn it over to Brenda Carter's staff, and then Mr. Hodges, we would like you to join us.
Thank you, Commissioner. Yeah.
All right, Jonathan, top that enthusiasm.
I am all for a good clap. I just want to say thank you, Commissioner. You know, I can't top that. I really can't. But really, thank you, Mr. Hodges, because out of all of this, for me at least, the most important part is the opening doors for people to come after. Because it doesn't mean anything for you to smash through the door and then to lock it behind you when you're done. Mr. Hodges, you open doors for people that come after. And for me, especially a young person in this business, that means a lot, and I can't thank you enough. So from the Office of State Representative Brenda Carter, but more also, we have Senator Jeremy Moss, Governor Gretchen Whitmer, and Garland Gilchrist, our Lieutenant Governor. We are excited to offer this tribute to you from the state of Michigan and can't wait to see what you do with your continued success.
Come on up here and come say a few words. All these folks came here to support you, and you're doing some good things, man. You're setting a platform for us.
You have full permission to use this time to develop new topics, new material. Let's go.
Okay, thank you. Thanks everybody for coming out. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out. I want to thank God for everything that has happened for me, but I want to give a special thanks to Miss Lenora Goodman because she put this whole thing together. Can you stand up? Thank you, Ms. Goodman. Thank you, Ms. Goodman. But I am extremely proud of where I'm from, Pontiac. I've traveled the world, and it's so funny because a lot of times when I'm in Pontiac, throughout the years, I was like, man, I'm tired of Pontiac, this, that, and the other. But when I go to New York and I travel the world, I brag on Pontiac. You know, man, I'm from Pontiac. And it's a funny story because when I first went to New York, the Apollo Theater had been closed for like 30 years. And when I went there, they had all these comedians from New York and New Jersey and trying to get on these shows and everything. But they had people like Gladys Knight, everybody was there. And I came in there with an attitude like, I don't know why y'all even here. I'm from Pontiac. This is going to be my gig.
Yeah.
And about 6 months later, I was the house comedian at the Apollo Theater, and I was the first host of Showtime at the Apollo. So, but I took the things that I learned from Pontiac, and one of the great things that Pontiac had that I wish they had today was that we had a community that worked together. Like, for example, when I was in elementary school, there was a guy that I looked up to that helped me out a lot. His name was Leo Bowman, Judge Bowman. And by the time I got to college, I had another mentor, that's Daryl Mitchell. Would you please stand up? Come on, man, stand up, man. Yeah. And these were the people that, you know, really helped me out, you know, to be the guy that I am today. And of course, my parents, you know, so I just want to just thank I'm so overwhelmed. I was going to write a speech, but I was like, well, how can you write a speech about your life? Just get up there and talk about it, you know, and, you know, I'm just happy. I'm overjoyed. And I have, the other thing I want to say is that life continues on. You know, I'm 66. And in terms of my show business career and the things that I'm trying to do with my life, life is just now beginning. And that's the philosophy that I take. I'm moving into writing television shows, et cetera. And I'm just really happy. And I want to continue to progress and make Pontiac proud for the rest of my life. And I want to thank the class of 76 and everybody who came out to support me. And God bless you all. Everybody that's in this room, God bless you. Thank you.
Can his guests come up here for a big group photo, please, with him? Thank you.
That means everybody.
I wanted you all to give us a feeling of rap.
Actually, let me say this. One thing about the county commission, we honor whomever. Don't matter. Yeah, I'm just letting you know. Oh, like we are here. We honor them.
Yeah. Ain't nobody biting no more. Come on in. Come on. Dude, you gotta get somewhere you can be seen, man.
Glasses on. I can see.
All right.
Have a good one. Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you, Commissioner Powell and Representative Carter's office. Okay. Thank you again, Mr. Hodges. Thank you. Oakland County, Pontiac, thank you.
So, yep,
For-
yeah, so it's on our YouTube channel.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Some folks. Okay. It is a reminder of the incredible talented people that come from Oakland County, go out and to do great things in the world and open doors for others. The next up, we have a proclamation from Commissioner Hoffman. We'll be recognizing Patriot Week. So, thank you. Well, welcome, Commissioner
I
Hoffman.
invite everybody who wants to support Patriot Week to please come forward.
Yeah. There you go.
This is a proclamation honoring Patriot Week 2023. Karen, give Robert a hand here.
Oh, sorry. Okay. All right, Patriot Week 2023. Whereas the history and founding principles of the United States of America serve as the cornerstone of civic education and
whereas in 2009, Oakland County Circuit Court Judge Michael Warren and his then 10-year-old daughter, Leah, conceived the idea for Patriot Week to invigorate our appreciation and understanding of America's spirit and reflect on the ideals, documents, and historical figures that represent the United States, choosing key anchor dates for nonpartisan week-long observation led to the duo to begin the week on September 11th, honoring the nearly 3,000 Americans who lost their lives in 2001, and end on September 17th, Constitution Day. And whereas,
as part of the celebration, we are encouraged to honor and embrace the first principles, key historical figures, founding documents, and other symbols of America. Each day of Patriot Week represents one of the first principles as outlined in the Declaration of Independence: revolution, the rule of law, the social compact, gender equality, racial equality, unalienable rights, and limited government.
Whereas Patriot Week is marked with events including remembrances, presentations, festivities, and lectures around the country. Residents, businesses, schools, and other organizations are encouraged to recognize and participate in this extended holiday to offer the reverence that is due to the ideals of the United States and
whereas on the special occasion of Patriot Week, we join with residents across the United States to celebrate our great nation and reflect on the cornerstone events and elements that strengthen and unite us.
Now therefore, David T. Woodward, Chair of the Oakland County Board of Commissioners, Commissioner Bob Hoffman, and the entire County Board of Commissioners do hereby proclaim September 11th through the 17th, 2023 as Patriot Week in Oakland County. Thank you, everybody. Oh, we want a picture?
Yeah, sure. I think we all need one. Yeah, let's all get one.
We can get that.
something back in time, we'll move forward to the right.
Yeah, we should do this for the Patriot Week. Yeah, that's good. Yes.
Say beautiful, shouldn't say beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Hoffman, for bringing that forward and honor it, and make sure that you get that to Judge Warren as the events of the week continue. Next up, we have a presentation.
He was just outside.
He was just outside, so why don't, yes, or Commissioner Smith-Charles. Might need to help open the door to let him back in. Oh, that could be. That's right. It's showtime. Showtime outside on the lawn. Showtime in here. All right. Well, it is no stranger to this chamber, no stranger to Oakland County, no stranger to all the youth that he helps lead and inspire. We're very fortunate to have a presentation from the one, the only, President and CEO of the Kids First Initiative, the incredible Mr. Richard Bell.
Wow, thank you.
Welcome back, my friend.
It's an honor to be here this evening to thank you, or say thank you, and represent Kids First Initiative as we thank the Oakland County Commissioners and the Clerk's Office, because they've been with us a long time. So if you hear me call your name, please come up. They gave us some wonderful time, and we don't want to take advantage of that. So if you hear your name, please come up so we can acknowledge you. And again, we've been with you guys so long, that's the only reason why we're doing that. And so can we please get Commissioner Gershenson to come up, please? She was the only commissioner that was brave enough to do the science demonstration with us. She didn't even ask if we had coverage for that.
Stupid.
So can we get that video, please? That's okay?
Oh, my. Oh, boy. That was a while back.
Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? And if you throw a party, you would see the biggest gift would be for me, and the card attached would say thank you for being a friend.
So Thank you so much. So if you hear your name, please again, I know you guys don't care about the plaques and all that kind of stuff, but it's for the kids though. So if you hear your name come up, Commissioner Gertz, we wanted to present this to you.
Thank you.
All right. Commissioner Jackson, you in the house. Commissioner Jackson, where you at? I know where you at. You're right here where you always at. Come on up. Remember now, you guys have been with us as a body a long time. Clerk's office. Commissioner Spitz. Yeah. He came out, I don't have to tell the same story. For our career day, we had a real engineer at the career day. How many people can say that? They talk about it. We had some real engineers come out for the career day. Thank you so much, sir.
Man, great to see you.
Yes,
Thank you very
always.
much.
Thank you so much. This is for you, sir.
Thank you.
Commissioner Powell. Where you at, Commissioner Powell? Come on up. We appreciate all the support. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank
All right. I'm gonna ask you guys to stay up here. If you hear your name, please come up. Chairman Woodward, can you come up? All right. Listen, sir, we appreciate all the support. Yes, I got one for you. Thank you so much. You guys, as a body, the Oakland County Commissioners and the Clerk's Office have been with Kids First Initiative a long time. So, Commissioner Karen Joliet, that's how I think I pronounced that right. Yes, I remember. Come on up. You helped us out with the experiment. Come on up, ma'am. Here you go. Thank you for the impact. Come on up. I'm right over here. You got to stand over here. Thank you if you don't mind, ma'am. All right. Commissioner Hoffman. Come on up, sir. He speaks to me every time I come in. He always says, "You're all right. You need anything." Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you. Here. You got to stand up here with us for a minute if you don't mind.
Sure.
Okay. Commissioner Penny. Get that right. Come on up, ma'am. We have a wonderful certificate for you. Yes. You guys might want to know we use artificial intelligence to create these. The kids did it actually. And come to find out something was misspelled. So that's okay though, but we fixed it though. So thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you very much for all your work with
Thank you. You guys have been with us a long time, Mr. Jingle. Michael here, I think he's out today. He's out today. Didn't see him. Commissioner Johnson. He's out too. He's out also. Okay. I know they'll get to the right people.
If you have a video, we'll show it from.
Commissioner Gary.
He's
Out today. Okay. So right here. Commissioner Penny. Did you?
Yep, you got
I'll take them.
Maybe I hope somebody did not get one. Where's our? I say it again. The Oakland County Commissioners. I'm gonna keep saying this for a reason. To the end, Oakland County Commissioners, as a body, as a group, have been with us and the Clerk's Office a long time. Do we have Clerk Brown in the house? Yeah, we do. I know. Right here. She's always right here. You talking about a salesperson for the event? Yes. I know she's out there pushing it. Thank you so much. Commissioner Charlie. Is Commissioner Charlie here by any chance? Come on up, sir. Come on up, sir.
Oh, he's got socks on.
Come on up, sir. Thank you for everything. All right. And we have Commissioner Smith. Commissioner Smith. Not here, okay. It's your line. I was going to say, hold on a second, but I didn't want to say anything, though. I'm in your house, so you'll be right. Thank you for all the support. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
This is for you. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Okay, stand up right up here. Commissioner Miller. Commissioner Miller. Come on over, sir. Yes. Thank you for all the support. The Oakland County Commissioner as a whole, as a group, as a body, have been with us a long time in the clerk's office. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. This is for you. Okay. Do we have Commissioner Markham? Gwen, Mrs. Gwen. Commissioner Gwen, thank you so much, man. Is that right? All right. Commissioner AJ is in the house. Right here, sir. Is that correct? Okay. All right. All right. Come on up. Thank you so much for all the support. We really appreciate it. I know. Commissioner Phillip. Commissioner Phillip is in the house. Always in the house. He's been with us for a long time. Thank you for the support. Thank you so much. Commissioner Long, come on up, ma'am. You've been here a long time. I know you've been here a lot. I didn't want to say anything, but you've been here a long time. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Commissioner Nelson. Commissioner Nelson. Last but not least, thank you so much, ma'am. I say it again. They gave us a few minutes. I'm not going to tell you how long they gave us, but they gave us more than enough time. The commissioners as a whole, as a body at the clerk's office have been with us a long time. And then, so how long, Mr. Bell? Let me read something for you real quick. It's dated June 21st, 2011. That's a long time. Dear Mr. Bell, on behalf of the employees of the Oakland County Clerks and Registrar of Deeds Office, we are very pleased to present to you a check to Kids First Initiative. This amount represents the earnings from our casual day and charity efforts for the month of May. Our employees generously donated the money donates money every Friday. The Employees Casual Day Committee elected to donate the earnings to Kids First Initiative because of your desire to help children in need. We thank you for your hard work in preparing the students with the resources needed for academic success. Please convey to your staff thank you for the dedication and all the hard work. We really appreciate it. And it's signed very, very truly, Bill Bullard Jr. And then so it's been a long time. So when I say the commissioners as a whole and the Oakland County Clerk's Office have been with us a very long time. And I'm sure someone can help get this to his family for me. I think somebody will make that happen for us. And so I'm keeping the letter though. We saved this letter always because he funded our first trip over to Canada. And so we really appreciate that. So we thank you guys. And again, I want to say thank you to the Oakland County Commissioners, Clerk's Office. And we say, if we were down south, we would say much obliged. So thank you guys so much. Thank you. One last thing. People ask us all the time, how do you do? We haven't gone over our time yet. I'm watching it. How do you do all the wonderful things you do? How can you get all these? It's such a wonderful job that you guys are doing. Because we have access and support for some of the greatest minds right here in Oakland County, and we do. And so with them on our team, it's nothing we can't do. So we're gonna keep pushing forward. So if we can get a photo with everybody, if we can kind of move in. Yeah. If we don't, you guys don't mind, if you don't mind.
Get in front. Ready to go in front.
In the front, okay. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you gotta get it.
Oh, you cover C. We cover it all the time.
Lisa, get up front.
We're having the team come together.
Gets better.
One more thank you to our team. So I'm going to swap out and ask my team members to come and have two of here today. Just be able to cut. I'm on here for the photo.
Give her your phone. Right in the middle, there you go.
There is room.
Thank you, everyone.
Yep.
Again, thank you all you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
So now all at once to make me do this, give you more money.
No, not at all. We're not talking about that today. We're talking about what we've able. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Cover my back.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I didn't think about that. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you again, Mr. Bell, and all your hard work. It's not every day that the commission gets rewards up from that podium, but thank you. We look forward to continuing our great partnership. Keep up the great work. All right, that concludes. Yep, I've got another round of applause. Next up, we will move on to communications, and I believe we've got a few communications that the clerk will read in.
Okay, the first one is dated August 25th, 2023. In regards to the appointment to the Housing Trust Fund, dear Chairman Woodward, I am pleased to appoint Ms. Kimberly Dokes, Mr. Pierre Roberson, and Mr. Mark Zausmer to serve as my designees to the Housing Trust Fund Board. I am confident these appointees will serve our residents well on this newly formed board. Appointees shall take and subscribe to the required oath of office prior to commencing the performance of their duties pursuant to this appointment. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Sincerely, David Coulter, Oakland County Executive. The next communication is dated September 14th, 2023 to the Oakland County Board of Commissioners. Please accept this letter as notification that I have exercised the authority granted to the chair of the board to approve grant applications in excess of $50,000 for the purposes of meeting a submission deadline. Due to the grantor deadlines and the board's grant submission process and calendar, it is not possible to submit the application for full board consideration in accordance with our normal procedures. I have authorized the submission of the following grant application. The 2024 MDHHS Raise the Age RTA grant for the Circuit Court in the amount of $870,000. The grant application deadline was September 5th 5th, 2023. Sincerely, David T. Woodward, Chair, Oakland County Board of Commissioners. And the final communication tonight is also dated September 14th, 2023, to the Oakland County Board of Commissioners. I am hereby appointing the following individuals to the Oakland County Housing Trust Fund Board to serve a 2-year term, September 1st, 2023 to August 31st, 2025. Helene Zach, Sarah Pounds, Nicole Blocker. Sincerely, David T. Woodward, Chairman, Oakland County Board of Commissioners. That's it.
Can I get a motion to receive and file the communications? Moved by Cavell, seconded by Powell. Any discussion? All in favor of receiving the communication, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Let the record reflect that the communications have been received unanimously. Next up, we will move to our first public comment of the evening. This is an opportunity to address any item on the consent or regular agenda to the board. We ask anyone interested to come to the podium. Keep your comments to 3 minutes. We have a little clock up here. Direct your comments to me. Again, this is the first public comment to speak on things on the agenda. At the end of the meeting, we have another public comment to speak on any other topic. So people can sign up or raise your hand. I got one person that did sign up. So Mary Hack, do you want to speak at the first public or the second public comment? Speak on topics on the agenda or speak on other topics? Like first public comment.
I just wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you. You're doing a good job. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much. Anybody else that would like to speak on any topic on the regular agenda or consent or regular agenda? Seeing none, I will close the first public comment and I'll move us to reports of standing committees. The first order of business is the consent agenda. As the agenda presents, is there a motion to move the consent agenda? Moved by Commissioner Lube, seconded by Commissioner Long. Any discussion on the consent agenda? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please prompt the vote. Oh. I speak so loud they didn't even know my mic was off. Yeah, so, yes.
Commissioner Smith Charles?
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 16 yeas, 0 nays.
Sufficient number voting in the affirmative. The resolution is, the consent agenda is adopted, where most of the items of tonight's meeting will have been taken up. We'll now move to the regular agenda, and we've got, I believe all the committees had their items taken up under consent agenda, so I will call on the Minority Vice Chair of Legislative Affairs and Operations Committee for the 2 items that we have before us on the regular agenda.
Thank you, Chair. We have 2 items on the regular agenda. The first item being appointment to the Oakland County Department of Health and Human Services Board.
Moved by Commissioner Joliet, seconded by Commissioner Powell. Is there any discussion? Seeing no discussion, Madam Clerk, please prompt the vote on the appointment.
Commissioner Powell? Mr. Chair, you have 16 yeas, 0 nays.
A sufficient number voting in the affirmative. The appointment is confirmed. Commissioner Joliet.
Okay, and the next item is adopting county-wide elected official compensation for 2024.
Commissioner Gershenson will move, seconded by Commissioner Powell. Is there any discussion on this item? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please prompt the vote.
Commissioner Powell? Mr. Chair, you have 13 yeas, 3 nays.
A sufficient number voting in the affirmative. 13-3, yep. The resolution is adopted. Commissioner Joliet.
Thank you, and that concludes all that is on the agenda.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Commissioner. That will move us to new and miscellaneous business, and we have a few resolutions for introduction, and I will first recognize Commissioner Smith-Charles.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. To be referred to LAGO is for their consideration is the Child to Parent Violence and Abuse resolution, and again, I think I just asked for it to be referred.
Yep, the Child and Parent Violence and Abuse, and encouraging the Michigan Legislature and Governor to enact legislation to provide support to families suffering from child to parent violence and abuse. Referred to Legislative Affairs and Operations Committee without objection. And then I believe we have Commissioner Powell.
Yes, I have two. Item 14B to be referred to Finance regarding a sponsorship of the Greater Detroit Comedy Festival presented by the City of Pontiac, and also 14C, resolution to be referred to Finance as well for the support of the Pontiac Kappa Foundation PKF Premier Program.
Referred to Finance without objection. Any other items under new business? Seeing none, I'll move to announcements. Is there any announcements? Commissioner Gershenson.
So I really didn't know about this child-parent violence issue, and I don't know how many of you have taken the time to meet our new County Deputy Mediha, but she shocked me the other day and said that she goes to have lunch at the Children's Village once a month. And I used to go to Children's Village before COVID. I haven't been there since. And I said, oh, well, I'd love to join you. And going to Children's Village is such a profound experience. And I just wanted to encourage my commissioners to get back there if you can. But the house that we visited it was a male house, all boys in it, and some of them were there for exactly that. And I think we have to be very grateful for this experience and this department that we have, and I would encourage everybody to pay attention to it. It's one of the most important things that we do. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Powell.
I'm very excited that we're eventually going to look at this. I have dealt with constituents who are dealing with this, so I'm happy to see that we have some legislation trying to help in this space with parents. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Commissioner Smith-Charles.
Thank you. On a slightly lighter note, I do want to make sure commissioners are, the Democratic caucus has already been made aware, but certainly would love to see some of your faces on Monday at Catalpa. Certainly Chris Long, member of Parks Board, and anyone in the community to RSVP for the renaming of the pavilion at Catalpa after our own Vincent Gregory, who passed away just about this time last year. And so if you aren't busy, 5:30 to about 6:30, we'll have refreshments. We do want you to RSVP so we can make sure that parking is available. So you want to RSVP to stanfield.d@oakgov.com. And then the last part was if commissioners are interested in attending the fall color tour with parks as well, do let us know ASAP. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other announcements? Seeing none, we'll end announcements, and this will open up our second public comment. This is an opportunity for the public to comment on any other topic. The same general procedure as before. We'll open up the floor to anyone who wants to come and address the Board of Commissioners. And if you could just share your name. Oh, I got some here, actually. I'm sorry, I did not see this. So I'll start. Ms. Williams?
Yes, I am.
Susan Williams?
Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you. Welcome.
Okay, thank you.
I'll try to get this done in 3 minutes. Okay. I am a lifelong resident of West Bloomfield and I'm currently a 6-year resident of Keego Harbor. And I'm so pleased to be here tonight because I recognize that you have your finger on the pulse of the 62 cities, villages, and townships in Oakland County. And I come to you tonight out of concern for historical buildings all over Oakland County, but in particular for the Roosevelt School building located at 2065 Cass Lake Road in the center of the city of Keego Harbor. The school, built in 1920 and closed in 2022, is slated to be demolished as a component of an 8-point strategic action plan of the West Bloomfield School District. A recommendation from a committee, and it will be voted on at the September 18th board meeting. The committee has refused to alter, isolate, or adjust the plan for Roosevelt in spite of protests from the community in all presentations. The loss of Roosevelt as a neighborhood school is heartbreaking for our community, but we have accepted that. What we can't accept now is that this 72,000 square foot building, not condemned and still structurally sound, stands vulnerable without protection. It does not have a historical designation, and it is not in a historical district. Those structures are protected by Michigan's Local Historic District Act 169 of 1970. We hope that the building would be bought by a developer because it's a good example of how a historically significant site can be renovated, maintaining its original character while being used for modern purposes. This brings families and tax revenue into the community. That would be a win-win for the city of Keego Harbor, the school district, and the public, but it falls on deaf ears. So my question tonight is, do any of your communities, cities, or townships in Oakland County have what's called a delay of demolition for historic buildings ordinance? It's quite common in the eastern part of our country and locally in Grand Rapids, the city of Detroit, and Lansing. This ordinance puts another layer of protection against demolition and looks at social, historic, and archaeological and architectural significance of old buildings and would require additional engineering studies, a demolition environmental review, and asks how the demolition would impact the town in which it sits. Most of all, it gives time. Roosevelt stands alone as a landmark building. I implore you to begin now to work for the protection of Oakland County historical buildings that should not be demolished, but instead renovated and repurposed and allowed to breathe new life into themselves and to the community. I thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. Next up, I got Bradley Cousins.
Mr. Chairman.
Welcome.
It's nice to see someone from my own community here. I'm actually one of the potential developers of that building. I'd like to get my hands on that, but what I'm here to talk about right now is I'm confused as to how the Oakland County Road Commission doesn't seem to have any oversight or accountability. I'm a resident of Sylvan Lake. I have 4 businesses on Orchard Lake Road in that corridor. I drive that corridor morning, noon, and night. There's no one working there. I sent an email to a couple people in this room, as well as State Senator and the Congressman. I believe I copied you on it this afternoon. It's odd that I can get all of your emails, your personal direct emails, but I can't get a single direct email to anyone on the Oakland County Board Commission. Not one. So it goes into their general box. I get a guy who calls me back today, and I believe he called me dude at one point. He explained to me that they have a very simple plan. It is the lowest bid gets the job. It's befuddling. It's the wealthiest county in the state, one of the wealthiest counties in the community, and you get what you pay for. I sent him a picture yesterday. I may have sent that to you today as well. There were 6 guys, 3 of which were standing, leaning against shovels, 2 vaping, 1 on the cell phone. three guys sitting on the curb hanging out, and 2 supervisors, I would assume, sleeping in their trucks. Told him that today, drove down the corridor again today, not a single solitary worker, not one. Sent the same gentleman a text message, he said, oh, I'm aware of it, they're on another job. This is a 4-week project, not a 4.5-month project. We're a tiny town of a couple thousand people. You know, there are a few of us that are, I mean, I have $1 million of my money, and it's all my money, quite frankly, wrapped up in this tiny town. I'm losing $50,000 a month in revenue from last year. And they did the same bit last year where they didn't do any work and then they managed to finish Middle Belt to Telegraph in 7 days. I don't know who to go to. I don't know who to talk to. He told me to call the city officials. Well, cities answer to counties, answer to states the last I checked. So I don't know how I would be backtracking, but I'd like to think that, who has the oversight, I guess is my question. How do we get these people out there working? You know, because they sit around and they're literally strangling this tiny town. There's 4 businesses that have gone out of business since construction started on Orchard Lake Road. There's 5 or 6 more that I know of that are up for sale, including the Lodge, which has been on that street. That was my first job when I was 16 years old. And 2 of my new restaurants are actually in that building from when I was a kid. But I'm hoping I can get some help from somebody. Because again, my grandfather was the largest sewer pipe and water line contractor in North America for 50 years, could barely read and write. He got there by breaking his back. I know how long it takes to mill a road when people are out there milling a road. Pine Lake Road got done in a weekend. The 3 main arteries in Sylvan Lake got milled, repaired, and repaved in 48 hours. 5 months. 5 months. I don't know how many of us are going to be left. But I thank you for your time, and I hope that you can step in and help. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cousin. And I did receive your email today, and I will be following up with you directly. And we'll get you connected directly to the general director of the Road Commission. Is there any other further public comment? See none. We'll close public comment, and we will adjourn to the September 21st, 2023 meeting or call of the chair.